We are a nonprofit. We've been in business, we're in our 8th year here in Roxbury, Massachusetts. The U.S. Savings Bond Project came about based upon our work in savings with low and moderate income tax filers at tax sites. So for a large number of lower income families in this country, they get the largest lump sum of money every year in the form of a financial refund that they get at tax time. And recently, certain innovations to the tax return have allowed people to split their refund into send it off to several different accounts, which has allowed them to make a savings decision. What we had found in working at a number of these tax preparation sites around the country is that there were many people who wanted to save but couldn't because they didn't have an account, or because they couldn't open an account at a bank because of check systems, which is a checks clearance system that won't allow certain people to open accounts, or the accounts were too expensive, or the interest rate, with a whole variety of reasons.
I work at, it's a psychiatric facility / detox. And I work on the children's unit, the adolescent unit with children 13 to 17. I work there full time. I work 8 hours a day with the kids. And I love the kids. I love it. Just thinking about it makes me smile. I have a lot of friends, but it's just me and my daughter. We live alone, just her and I. And my daughter, she's in high school. She wants to go to college. So I'm trying to have all the monies that I can possible for her when it's time for her to go. So that's why I took advantage of the bond. And I was very thankful. I was so glad when Mr. Gentle had told me about this, about the program and about the bonds that was available through DTA. Loved it.
Savings bonds are unique because you can give it to somebody else. So I can buy a savings bond and then I can give it to my daughter. I can give it to a cousin. It's called co-ownership. You can't do that with normal financial accounts. You can't do it with a savings account or certificate, but you can do that with a savings bond. 80% of the people who bought these bonds gave them to someone else, in most cases a member of their family, a child.
But I have it put away to the side, and then when she goes off to school, I don't know if I'll give it to her the first year when she goes off to school, or sometime during her college career, I'll give it to her once it has had time to, accumulate, to grow.
64% of the people that ordered savings bonds at these tax sites had no savings. At least that's what they told us in their tax site. So for many of them, this may have been the first real long-term savings decision they've ever made. With support from the Rockefeller Foundation, we were able to build a web-based portal ordering system. So in prior years, a lot of this was paper-based. It was us going on Excel spreadsheets and doing all sorts of manual activities to affect the orders that people were making for these bonds.
I will take advantage of the program that Rockefeller is offering, and yes, I will continue to buy savings bonds. Yes, whenever I can. Tax time, birthday times, whenever I can. Try to get as many as I can.
So we asked ourselves, is there some type of account that's easy to open, that has a low minimum, that pays a high interest rate, that's universally available and is very portable for everyone? And the answer was sitting there all along is U.S. savings bonds. They have a very low minimum. And first of all, as I answered this, contrast this with a certificate of deposit or some other type of comparable savings instrument. They have a very low minimum. $50 is the minimum. They're totally portable. So once I buy a savings bond, I can take it with me and go anywhere. I can move, I can go, and I can cash it in or redeem it at any financial institution.
I have a separate account for my, again for my daughter, through a program where I put away $50 a month for her college education, and then of course the 401k plan through the job, So I have those two for my backup. That about does it, and the bonds that I have bought in the past. So I have those three. It's not much, but I'm proud. I'm all right,
The idea of buying a house is abstract. It's, the idea of saving enough to buy a house is very difficult when you're making $15,000 a year and you have 2 children. But your children are right there. That's not abstract. That's real. 81% of these clients are women, female. A large percent of them are female head of household. 60 to 65% bought for their children. but then another percentage of them bought for grandchildren. The average age is, I think, around 38 years old. And adjusted gross income is, I think, around 18,000.
I have two godchildren, and when they were younger, it's kind of embarrassed to say, but I would always say in my mind, like, I want to buy the child a bond for their birthday, but you don't have much money, so you want to buy a present, something for that moment. And to a child, they wouldn't understand, like, a bond, what's this? So I always tend to just go out and buy a present, something that the child can relate to and be like, oh, look, oh my God, Mommy bought me. So I regret not doing it now, but I've always had that in the back of my mind, that when they were little, that now that they're both seniors now, I wish to God I had bought the bond so that I could be able to present it to them and be like, look what I got for you now.
Normal marketing material that banks and other financial institutions provide around savings, which is usually use your savings for retirement, use your savings to buy a house, use your savings for education. When these are presented to people who live paycheck to paycheck, minute by minute, it scares them.
There are times, not month after month after month, but yes, it has a rise in my life. It has, where I've needed to play catch up with rent, so to speak. Yeah, it does happen, most definitely.
This is a Series I bond. Helen Keller.
Great.
Because my daughter, she wants to be an architectural engineer. She wants to go away to school. She wants to go to Alabama, out of state, to Tuskegee College. So I often think to myself, please, I just want to have the monies available to her. That's the last thing in the world I would want to have to say to her, that I'm not able to afford to send her to school. So often I think about, do I have enough money saved? And whenever I hear of different resources, I write them down so that when time comes, I'm not in a struggle to try to get the monies for her. And so I think about that often, because like I said, it's just me and her, one woman show. So it's all about me. I have to make it happen for her. So that's my biggest worry. I think about that all the time.